In today's video, we're going to be talking about multiple upcoming major storms, including some snowstorm opportunities, as well as deep, major Arctic air on the way to the United States. Real quickly, let's talk about my consulting company, Prestige Weather. We're closing out an amazing year with so many happy customers. If you're looking for more than the generic hourly or daily forecast that can be so frustrating and very broad, look no further than Prestige Weather. We help out individuals and businesses alike. If you're an individual looking for better, more accurate, and direct weather information, be sure to subscribe to our standard package. That's only $4.99 a month. You get early access to direct weather, seasonal, and monthly forecasts. Also, weekly one-on-one calls with us talking about the weather, and regional forecasts cater to your area. If you're a business, organization, or event manager, be sure to email us at prestigeweather@gmail.com or use the sign-up sheet on our website business section. We would love to work with you. We've been helping out so many businesses, organizations, and events just like yours plan for the weather ahead. We offer consulting calls, texts, and emails catered to your exact location of need. We will be on standby during your job or event and give you updates from start to finish. We also offer long-range, medium-range, and short-range forecasts. We can help with rainfall and snowfall forecasts, plus the timing of onset and ending, which is so important. We pride ourselves on being highly flexible, and we're always willing to deliver on your specific needs. Put a meteorologist in your pocket so you no longer have to guess what the weather will do. Now let's dive into things. I want to move it towards tomorrow afternoon. This video is going to be a very, very late night special. And after this major storm that we just saw over kind of some of the eastern states has now moved up and into Canada, we are actually going to see some pleasant seasonable weather here for the most part, very close to your norms, I guess I would say, for temperatures. There's a couple of snow showers up here occurring for areas in the upper Midwest. A little bit of a clipper system going to be moving through these areas. And we also have some showery activity happening in the Northeast. As we look out westward, we do see some moderate to heavy snowfall for California, Nevada, Utah, Idaho, down through Wyoming as well, and even some of the Cascades seeing some snowfall showers. As we keep going, we see this system dives southward, and this becomes our next major storm moving into the United States. Here we have Arkansas and Missouri being kind of the heart of this low pressure system. And we once again have some pretty major snowfall happening up here in Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, and perhaps Michigan as well. This is going to be as we move Thursday through about Saturday time frame here. So that's going to be the 11th through the 13th time frame. We are obviously moving very, very close to this system taking place here. Definitely going to be interesting to take a look at. And as we see, it just really, really ramps up. And this one, I mean, definitely looks on par with our storm that we just had. Obviously, take that with a grain of salt, as that one was already a very major system compared to what we typically see this time of year. But this is indicating a 969 millibar low pressure center over Indiana. Absolutely insane, very extreme storm, bringing thunderstorms, very windy conditions again for the eastern states, and then also very major snowfall once more happening for the upper Midwest and the Great Lakes as well there. We do have another separate storm system out here back to the west, and this is definitely going to be something that we need to watch, as that could be our next storm down the pipeline. This is your jet stream pattern as things stand. That low is right here. We have a warm front kind of set up, cold front underneath, and this is certainly going to allow for all of the cold to kind of continue to move eastward after this point. As you can see, that does eventually lift off, and we give way to kind of a pattern where we see severe cold, especially in this circle here. So for kind of the northern Rockies, northern plains, upper Midwest, Great Lakes, down through the central plains, and even the Ohio Valley down there, we are seeing severe cold air. Now, I'm watching the Kansas City Dolphins game. I mean, really, that could be one of the colder NFL games that we've seen in years. I mean, looking at very, very frigid temperatures for that game, I wonder how Miami will do as a team up there in that type of environment. Although, you know, I thought about it more and I realized that the players come from all over the nation, and, you know, a lot of the newer players probably have not played in this severe of cold, obviously, from either team. So I don't know how much it will play into Kansas City's advantage. You know, we'll have to wait and see, but a very interesting thing there. Let's keep going. I mean, right before we do, though, we do see this storm here bringing snowfall to the southern Rockies, especially, and then also kind of the Pacific coast there. Definitely something that is very impactful. We can see that this moves southward and to the east, and we see snowfall here throughout the south central states, the plains, the Ohio Valley, seeing some snowfall as a result of this. It is picking up some Gulf moisture here along the way. And as this storm moves up after picking up that moisture, we could see a more intense look because it's dipped so far south. It's absorbing the energy like a sponge. And we can even see by this point on Tuesday, January 16th, you guys get on me for not saying the timestamps here. So I just kind of want to tell you guys when this is. This would be Monday, January 15th. I almost forgot to say that, but we see some ice and snowfall here for Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Louisiana, Missouri, Kentucky there, Indiana, Illinois as well, Tennessee there, seeing some wintry precipitation. And then it's as we move towards the 16th that we see this move offshore of the east. Low pressure system is offshore of North Carolina, somewhere out there, and we are seeing snowfall here for portions of the Ohio Valley, Mid-Atlantic, and the Northeast by this point because of this storm. Jet stream looks very intense here as it's diving southward into the central states here with some of this cooler air. We're seeing some of it get redirected eastward here as it's going to kind of just really slide its way eastward after that point. We see this low as a nor'easter near Long Island gets all the way down to a 989 millibar low pressure center, bringing very heavy snowfall to the northeast here. This could be our next northeast snowstorm for sure, and we're left with extreme severe cold air after that is all said and done. And really, that doesn't look to end anytime soon, as we can see here on the 19th. I mean, the jet stream is still doing something like this, so still very severe cold moving into the central and the eastern states, kind of as what's been predicted here for weeks now. This is kind of finally taking place, and we're seeing it really want to hold on for a while here. The GFS model, we see storm number 1, storm number 2. No massive differences. I would say this is a bit further eastward. It's over Ohio instead of Indiana. So, when you're looking at something about 80 to 90 hours out, about a 100-mile difference isn't completely massive. You could see much worse than this. But definitely moderate to heavy snowfall happening here over the Great Lakes and portions of the Ohio Valley. We also get this front-end snowfall here in the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic. But that rainfall is going to continue to move up behind it on this model run. That's a little bit more extreme than what we ended up seeing there on your European model. So definitely take that with a grain of salt, as this GFS model tends to be a little bit less accurate. But, from time to time it is correct. So that is why we always show it and tell you guys to consider it as a possibility, not a probability. As we move towards Monday on January 15th, we still have the snowfall located over the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic, but it's a lot less intense here. There's a lot of moisture in the area to the east of this, as you can see, but nothing really comes together here. Jet stream is primed for a storm to move up the coast. We just really don't see it come together on this model. Definitely possible. We got to take it as a possibility. European model has a lot more there, though, than what this is showing. Now, also, afterwards, we're not seeing any storms taking place over the United States, but I do want to point out that your jet stream is looking quite favorable here, and we actually do have a low offshore. If everything just trended a little bit further west, which at hours 174, that is, of course, very, very possible. Big trends are likely to take place here, and big changes. This could easily be another major East Coast snowstorm, so keep that in mind. You want to take it with a grain of salt, of course, but there is just possibilities within there that aren't coming together. Now, during this time frame, we get some lighter snowfall in this pocket here. Sometimes it shows up like this, and then we end up seeing it pick up a little bit more over time. Definitely something to watch. And then we continue to get these colder times and moisture moving very close to that jet stream, which to me looks like potential. It's not coming together here, but it's certainly potential. When these two factors are very close together, something to watch for sure. But this is extremely far out. And then we end up getting something coming together here, a low somewhat off of Virginia, some wintry precipitation throughout the Ohio Valley and Northeast. Definitely take this with a grain of salt at hours 384. This is absolutely going to change in some pretty big ways before we get here. Now, the total snowfall on the European model is obviously looking quite large here for these sections still, Out west as well, still looking at very large amounts as well. So both of these areas get kind of an above average look over the next 10 days for snowfall. Definitely a big change from what we saw in December. Total precipitation overall, you can tell that there's a lot of flow heading into the eastern states, both through this kind of Ohio Valley look and then offshore storms as well over the next 10 days. Also, multiple storms diving southward through the northwest as well, bringing above average precipitation to these areas also. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to subscribe as we do upload every single day. You can even hit the bell icon for daily notifications when we upload so you never miss one. Be sure to like the video if you did enjoy it. Leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.